Hey everyone, in this video I'll be giving you a character customization guide for Solasta 2. This will ensure that you get the appearance you're looking for your character. I've spent many hours already in Solasta 2's character creation here, and this is at its launch. It just came out today in early access, so this may look different in the future. I'll be doing videos as that gets updated. But there's a lot of tips and tricks here as the character creation is a little bit tricky, and I wanted to break this all down for you. One quick thing I want to mention is that if you change your body shape here, it's going to keep pretty much every customization option there. So I would recommend if you wanted to, like, let's say make a girl, that you actually go into the create character here. You can do the quick creation, and it's going to default to a girl character, but select a pre-made character here, and you can actually just work off of these models here. So if I want to make a girl character, I could take Leonore here and confirm, and then go into edit this character, and this will be my base. So it gives you something to work from. I'd highly recommend doing it this way, because otherwise it takes a lot more time. The thing is, with the heads here, you can actually choose presets here, and there's different sliders that you can move between to fully customize the character's head, but this is different. So they got body shapes. This is going to dictate whether you got like the male or female type body. But as you can see, if I switch to a male body here, I still look like the character that I created from the start. And that's again why I'd recommend starting from the pre-made classes here, because they just give you something that you can work with. So I'll take Blaine here and go through some of the guy selections, or for the body. Is body type 1 selection here, body type 2. So with this, we got different head presets that you can go through. I'd recommend messing around with these just to find one that may look suitable for your character here, as they got a lot of different selections. And then once you find one that you think looks solid for your character, what you're going to do is go confirm, and then you can go between the shape blending here. So you got 3 different choices here, and you can change these out if you wanted to kind of do a mixture between different faces. This gives you so much choice, and customization is actually staggering. So yeah, you can get real creative with these. There are other character creators, I believe Dragon Age Veilguard may have used something similar to this. So this lets you meld between 3 different heads here, and the shape blending is actually pretty solid. So this is something that you will have to spend a bit of time with playing around with, just so that you can ensure that you're getting the correct creation out of it. I can't give you a perfect choice for what to put where. I am still experimenting with that, so it's something that you do want to like mess around with and just find the perfect head for your character. But if you just want to keep it simple, you can just use one of the presets here, which will come mixed with a few different percentages of these. After that, you come down to the skin presets. So this is going to choose your different skin colors here. There are other customization options that we can go with here. So I just went with a pale 6 there, and then the base skin. So this is going to be customizing your skin color even further. There's also a tint that you can add to your characters here. So if you really wanted to get creative and do like a sea elf of some sort, you can actually. You got full customization over that. There's also the skin color multiplier here. So if you want to add a bit more to that, the brightness, which you can literally make your skin like bright, and saturation, which you can see there, if you really wanted to color your character a certain way, you can do it all with this mod. There's also a vitiligo slider here, which I think is an amazing thing to see in a game, so I'm glad this is also in this game. Then once that's done, that's just your body. You actually can go in and fine tune the face here. So you got different presets for the eye colors here. So you can see all the different options there. You can also choose to have different colored eyes. You can choose your iris color here. You actually have so much customization over how your character's eye looks. So you can have them very bright. You can make the irises themselves glow if you wanted to have like the tiefling eye look. There's not tieflings in this game, but you can see there, a lot of great options to be able to fully customize your character's eyes as much as you want. Like this is actually kind of staggering to see the amount of options. There's also wrinkles here, so depending on how you want your character to look, you can go with no wrinkles at all, or you can add them in. And then you can add in different wrinkle types to add in even more choices there. So you also have different wrinkle depth if you want to make them look not as deep. There's also freckles here too, so you can go through all of this. Again, this is something you're gonna have to look at for your own character type that you want to portray. One thing I do appreciate though, especially with the face tattoos and the freckles, is that you can move them around. So if you got like something on your face that you want to, like I got some scars that I have in certain places, you can actually move them around and get it in the correct place. So yeah, you can go through that there. You can also mirror the freckles, move them around, make them bigger, smaller. There's so much customization when it comes to that, as well as the scars here. So there's a variety of different options that you can go with. There's scar presets here, so you can put a specific one on your character if you want it to look a certain way. You can also make the scars look deeper or less deep there, so you can mess around with that. You can also scar mirror to make it so that it's split down the middle. And then the scar position, again, you can put these like wherever you want your character. This looks really cool, and I like how it looks for, again, not just this, but also for the tattoos that you can put on your character's body. So yeah, you can get real creative with this and put it wherever you see fit. And then here's the art selection. So again, you can select where you want this to go on your character. You get some really cool options here. So like if you wanted this one like more so like on your neck and ear, or like over a certain section of your face, yeah, a lot of options here to get exactly what you want out of it. I'd actually love to see more games approach character creation this way, because it just gives you so much more freedom over how your character wants to look. And you can also change the tattoo styles, and you can also apply it as a tattoo. This will just end up making it look a little bit darker on the character. Now for hair, I actually think they have some pretty solid hairstyles. So let's go through them here with you guys here. I'm just zoom out a little bit so you get a better view. Now these are ambidextrous, or asexual, so you can put it on either character. And yes, they do have the Killmonger, which every video game has nowadays. So lots of great options. There are only 21 hairstyles currently. There'll likely be more added in. That's the one that I went with, close to my hairstyle. And again, these are split between both boy and girl, so you got ones there for both. And some of them actually do fit well with both options. So you got a lot of different ones. There are some clipping issues that can pop up from time to time, so that's just part of it. And you got the start is kind of where all the more girly hairstyles are. They got the twin braids here, similar to Baldur's Gate 3. So if you got a certain Tav or Dirge look that you want to replicate, you can do it pretty easily within here. So yeah, lots of options here. You also have a bunch of different beard selections, and you got like a dwarven looking beard, no beard. So yeah, a lot of options. Even mud chops. I really just like the classic beard here, 13. And then you also have different eyebrow shapes that you can go through, and you can also create different size, position them where you want to, and you can make them bigger or smaller depending, again, on how you want your eyebrows to look. And then once you come down a little bit further, you got your hair and eyebrow color presets. So you can go through and just change your hair color with this. Now, one thing I did notice is that brown hair colors, like my hairstyle that you're looking at right now in my head, it does not appear in this game. Most of them are actually quite red. So if you look through them here, like when you click this brown one, you're like, what? I thought like that literally looks like the hair color I got. Got me looking like Cal Kestis, so yeah, that ain't right. So you can see here, there are some selections you may have to mess around with. That's not to worry. So if you selected this one here, you can actually come through and then change like the root tip colors. Now you do need to change the tip color for it to actually get the full effects here. So it is something you're gonna have to update in multiple places here. So I'd recommend just coming in and messing around. It does take some time to get the proper hairstyle. This is way too dark. And there we go, went with a little bit of a lighter option, and that's looking a little bit better. So yeah, you'll have to mess around with that to get it more accurate, but you also have highlight colors here too, so a lot of customization. And then you got your eyebrow color as well. So if you wanted to use a different color, you can also make it so that your beard matches your hair color, or you can have it so that you have a custom beard color. So a lot of options there for getting real creative with your hair choices. There's a lot of them. There's also a lot of different makeup options. So this is really what makes it look between if you're playing as a boy or a girl character. And that's why I recommended starting fresh with a different one. So let's go through them here. You can tell my character does not look masculine anymore. So yeah, there's a few different choices of eye makeup there. You can change the shape of it too. So I will just leave it at that for my character, but you got full customization. I'll show it on a girl character in just a moment, because there's a lot of options for that. Then you come to the identity here. You get the Colwall family. You get to choose your first name, however, as your all family. So yeah, you also get to pick a personality, which will give you different types of answers when you get into like actual dialogue. It's great. So this is more so suited for depending on what class you're playing and what background, what role in the family you're playing. You can choose a different one here. A lot of great options though. There's also, you got to choose your pronouns and your voice options. So I'll save it as that. One cool thing about this though is once you create your character, you can see how it's going to look in different races. So that's the Dwarven J, the Elfish J, and a Halfling version. So it's cool. I guess I didn't fully create myself, but you get the idea. And again, if you want to create a girl character, I would highly recommend just starting from a pre-made, just so you got something to work with, and you can just go in here and then go right to editing. So we'll go through for a girl character here. So again, you can make sure that it just has the right body selected for what you want. And you can choose presets for heads too. There's a lot. I found the girl ones just end up looking better across the board. So there's a lot of great options here that you can find. And then again, if you want to, you got the shape blender here to fully have control over exactly what you want your character to look like. You also have, again, all these options here. Getting into like the hair, this is where it gets a little bit different because you're going to likely be using a different hairstyle. But you can see actually really well done highlights here. So that's with the root color being a little bit more brown and the hair tip color being more blondish there, gives it that appearance. And then you can just mess around and find the exact combination that you think works best for your character and what you want to make. It's the makeup that I want to talk about. So I'll actually just change this right now to a different hairstyle so you get to see the face a little bit better. So Yeah, you can see all the different options here. I would just recommend, again, going through and changing these. You can always change the eyeshadow color and everything here if you find one that you like, but you just don't like the color of it. So again, you got full customization over it. So you're just going to go through, select one of these. There's a few different eye shapes. So if you find the one that you want, you can then go around, change the eye color and change the glitter amount on it, eyeshadow color, depending on if the one is using eyeshadow or not. You then have your blush here, which is going to go on like the cheek section there. You have 6 different options. There's also just presets that you can use to just go through and find exactly what you want. Color change. You can also put the finish on there, which is going to make it a little bit more bright, the opacity, as well as the glitter there. So if you want to make it sparkle, and yeah, it actually does sparkle quite a bit. And then we also got highlighter here. I think it's for like contouring your face. You got things that's gonna like impact your nose there. You can see what all of these are gonna look like. So depending on how you want your character to go. Again, another one that you're gonna wanna mess around with and get an idea of what your character you're looking for is gonna have. I can't really direct on everyone what they wanna use, but this is another one that you're gonna wanna look through. And you can also change it so that it's using colors here if you wanted something a little bit more vibrant. There's also lipstick, so you can go through and you have your lips like tinted there, or just full on color, or just a section of it. Again, depending on what character you're looking, if you want more of like different appearance there, you can go through. There's a lot of options. So with all the makeup, this is something you'll have to experiment around with. I'm a dude, I don't use makeup, so I don't know what looks best. I just was messing around with this. And that's exactly what I mentioned, using the preset works well. And alternatively, there's always the randomize option here, so you can just sometimes just spam this until you get something that you think looks cool and then work from that. And if you want, you know, just reset it here. If you end up messing up something and you just wanted to put it back to its default appearances here. So yeah, you have a lot of control over this. You can make it look exactly how you want. I highly recommend experimenting around and just getting a feel for it, because you can do some pretty cool stuff. Like for example, I took this elf character and then I turned it into a halfling and I found it look cool. So yeah, I just want to walk through the character creation here for Solasta 2. This will probably change as time goes on and they get further in their development, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed, and let me know what Solasta 2 content you'd like to see next.